Hello, everyone. Wow. Welcome to another installment with your Space Cadet, Henry Danielson, and CCIC 2020. This is going to be the end, right? This is going to be where we talk about the great things, our closing ceremony, what happened, our event summary. We also have special guest Renee Wynn, NASA CIO, super stoked on that. We'll also be watching a Ninja video. So to start off, welcome back again, everyone. The event was a huge success. Thanks for your understanding, for all of our ups and downs. I super appreciate it. The help desk at Command Control we had this year was wonderful. Thanks again. We achieved amazing strides this year, and I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. And what an amazing team it was to work with all of you. It was so fun this weekend to see the participants, students working hard, communicating, collaborating, and using critical thinking skills. Congrats to all the teams, and everyone had fun. We are so proud of everyone involved, and again, we want to thank everyone from the bottom of our hearts. First, I want to give out some thanks to Bill Britton and Martin Minnick for their wonderful vision and leadership. I also have some great direct comments from the participants and the students. These blew my mind today, tingled all the way on the top of my back and my neck, and it was really awesome. Here we go. This experience really changed me to think outside the box and analyze problems and new methods. These are all quotes from students. This competition has taught me a lot, including the use of many tools like Wireshark, Autopsy, very useful for future competitions and CTFs. Thank you for the opportunity. This year's California Cyber Innovation Challenge was interesting. Getting the opportunity to learn about how space and cybersecurity are interconnected was very eye-opening, and I am now afraid of people targeting satellites. This competition was really exciting, and I got to learn again how to apply real-world skills using tools such as Autopsy and Wireshark. Even though we were stuck in this horrible pandemic, says one student, it was beautiful to see all these amazing people come together and make such a realistic environment for students different and alike to thrive together. This experience really changed me to think outside the box and analyze problems in new methods. This competition has taught me a lot, including the use of many tools again, like Wireshark, Autopsy, very useful for future competitions. Thank you for the opportunity. Time was well spent, challenges were met, brains were tired, and solutions were found. Ellipse mostly. So thank you all for all the students that were able to give us some wonderful feedback, and we're really, really enthralled and thrilled to be able to do this with you. This year we shifted to Discord. Discord was well received. A huge shout out to the Discord team, Nick, Josie, Cassidy, James, Luis, Zane, and Ryan. It has been an honor to connect with you all and learn so much together. It's really great to be on a collaborative team, and hopefully all of the teams learned that as they went through the challenge together. The competition we assembled was a huge success and super fun. We were also able to test this at DEF CON, and we delivered it to you, and what an amazing experience that we had. And I really want to give a shout out to Cheshire Cat, a DEF CON goon, as well as Titus, an ethical hacker, for doing wonderful things to support our event. I also have to give a huge shout out to the amazing Amazon team. They were instrumental in our success. Thanks Paul, Cal Poly, Darren, Chase, and Tanmay. We right now have a special treat for you. This is Out of This World, a Ningio satellite hacking video we created with the wonderful company Ningio. It encompasses major components of the storyline of the CCIC 2020, and it has John Lovitz as one of the actor voices. Really cool, so stoked that we got to actually do that. So Ryan, if you could, cue up some Ningio. Thank you.
New research has revealed a dramatic increase in the frequency of physical security breaches, translating to an average cost of millions of dollars per affected organization. But occasionally, the consequences are far worse than lost profits.
Come on! Come on! There's nothing I can do. They're gonna crash! Whoa! I can't believe this!
Look! What's it say?
You have been hacked. You have 24 hours to pay 4,000 Bitcoin or we crash an entire constellation of satellites into the International Space Station?
That would knock out whole communication sectors, including cell phone, radio, and TV. This is a huge national security threat.
Not to mention the damage this would do to the ISS and international relations. So, we pay the ransom.
There's no guarantee they won't go through with destroying the satellites anyway, especially since it's Techno who's behind this. Techno's a group of neo-Luddites, headed by Max Evans. They believe all the world's problems can be solved by wiping out technology.
So they're motivated by more than just money. Okay, so we won't pay them. But what if we're wrong? What then?
Don't pay the ransom.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. My forensics team figured out how the hack was orchestrated. It was a physical security breach. We found security footage of the incident. The perpetrator, disguised as a courier, used a stack of boxes to trick an unsuspecting employee into holding a door open for him, granting him access to our building. Once inside, he tried to use the same method to gain access to the clean room. Only this time, one of our employees asked for his ID. Thing is, the bad actor pretended he lost it, at which point he uses his charm and time pressure to get in, telling our employees the packages must be delivered to our chief design engineer by 7:45 a.m. or a supposed deadline would be missed. And once inside, he promptly planted malware on our satellite.
Do you think the two employees are in on it too?
No. Physical security breaches usually happen because well-intentioned employees are overly courteous and trusting of others. Criminals know this and take full advantage, using social engineering techniques to get the upper hand.
So how do we protect ourselves?
Always follow company policy. In our case, no matter how convincing or rushed someone might seem, you must always ask for identification and confirm with the package's intended recipient before granting anyone access to a secure area.
Time's almost up.
Oh, let it run out. The method informs us this was an isolated incident.
All the satellites are functioning normally. You were right.
Of course I'm right. I'm the forensics guy.
All right. Whew!
Yes! Way to go!
Excellent work.
All right. You can stop that, Ryan. All right, so how cool is that? We worked with a wonderful company that works with Hollywood and made a great video together to be able to share with you all how wonderful it is to learn about satellites. And also I want to talk a little bit about social engineering. That was in there. I think everyone on this planet needs to know a little bit more about social engineering and how effective it can be and take down specific companies and other folks out there. So if you don't know anything about social engineering, take a peek at that. So first of all, the next step I want to really talk about is next year. Holy macaronis, all right? Every year we strive to do more and make the challenge even more epinar. That's epic and gnarly mashup. Drum roll, please. All right, next year's CCIC 2021. We want to have you join us next year as we stay in the space and adding complexity and competing, are you ready, in a multi-state, multi-country competition. We are going to go to the all ends of the outer space Earth and way beyond. This space adventure, CCIC 21, will be titled the Space Grand Challenge. Woohoo! And again, my name this year will be the Global Range Master. We want to sustain the space and cyber theme until it's no longer needed. That's what we're going to focus on this year. And I'd like to welcome Bill Britton to give us a little bit more about that.
Thank you, Henry. Wow, you guys have done amazing. And trying to read as fast as you all type is phenomenal. My eyes are tired just from watching, so your fingers have got to be exhausted as well. Next year, it's going to be amazing because we're going to include, right now, we have 4 different states. We're not going to tell you which ones yet, but 4 different states lined up to participate. That means we'll have a competition in California first, then we'll go up against the other states. And just to add that little bit of twist, we're going to include a couple international countries, those who have space programs, and they're going to be in different time zones. And you may have to stay up late to participate, but it's going to be amazing. And we're going to have more featured speakers and some great support teams. And we'll try to make it even harder for next year. What do you think, Henry? Should we make it harder?
I think it could be a little harder. I'd love to hear the chats in the Discord from the students, but I do think we did a great work this year, and the students all were very positive about it. Complexity is always good.
All right, so I tell you what, if you have a favorite country you'd like to compete against, let us know. We'll see if we can't make it happen. And if you have relatives in one of the states, you can call them up and say, hey, we're going to compete against you. And let's just see if California is smarter than these other states we're bringing in. I don't know, Henry, what do you think on that one?
Oh, I think we will dominate.
All right. We'll take a look at it. We'll see what happens and see if Henry's right on the dominate. Yeah, just never know. Yeah, you know, I used to be in the Air Force, and we had this really cool thing, right? And it's very much like hacker call signs. We had call signs. So Henry's call sign has been changed. Global Range Master is really Germ. Germ, what do you feel about that?
Hey, you know what? I'm okay with that. I think that's a great thing because germs take care of business. Yes, they do.
Yeah, in this world, we're going to turn germs into a good thing and have fun with it. So I think that'll do it. Henry, we'll skip some of the countries you've suggested. We'll go with the cool ones, not the ones on there, but we'll try to keep it kind of cool. And maybe there'll be some national figures that take place in this as well.
Great.
For coaches and students that are watching and participating, you're the reason why we're holding a symposium next week. And the symposium is really cool because it's the decision makers. It's the people that write the check for space and cybersecurity. And they're going to talk about what their problems are. And what you're going to find out is what they talk about is what you just did in the game. And I'll tell you, when we started briefing the people in Washington and we told them that we were going to pretend to hack a satellite and fix it and do forensics on it, they got really big-eyed. And they started saying, you're going to do what? And that's how we got so much attention for the symposium. So if you're interested in learning more what the decision makers and check writers are saying, next week's the time to log in. And the cost is, what's the cost again, Henry?
Free.
Oh, dude, I don't believe you went there. You gave it free to them? Oh, man. Maybe we'll have to rethink your name to Cheap, not Germ.
All right.
All right. I'm going to hand it over to you back again. Hope to see all y'all this week, but definitely we'll see you next year.
All right. So without further ado, I would like to welcome our guest speaker who will be closing the event. And I had the pleasure of meeting Renee last fall in Reston, Virginia at a CyberSat conference. It was an amazing piece because her speech was moving, it was on point, it addresses all different kinds of things with cybersecurity talking about satellites, NASA, their network, really, really amazing stuff. And what was really awesome was I was thrilled when Renee agreed to give the closing comments for us. Renee Wynn is retired from NASA this year. She joined NASA in July 2015 as the Deputy Chief Information Officer and became the Chief Information Officer in September 2015. She came to NASA from the Environmental Protection Agency, where she had served as the Acting Assistant Administrator for the Office of Environmental Information since 2013. Ms. Wynn has 29 years of federal service, and 25 of those years were with EPA. Ms. Wynn has been working in the federal CIO world since 2011. Right now, it is my pleasure to introduce and welcome Renee Wynn. Ryan, let's blast off.
Wow, wasn't that inspiring to see what happened or will happen at NASA in 2020? Much of what you saw was accomplished during the pandemic, and NASA took extra precautions to ensure that our employees, as well as our contractor workforce, stayed safe and healthy. So good afternoon, and what an honor it is to provide a few closing remarks for this year's unusual and still exciting California Cyber Innovation Challenge. Congratulations to all 92 teams for your engagement, your collaboration, and of course, your perseverance. The conversion of space, and I mean outer space, in cybersecurity is a blossoming field filled with opportunities for years to come. Why do I say this? On September 4th, the president issued Space Policy Directive number 5, titled Cybersecurity Principles for Space Systems. This document will guide the development of space systems to be more resilient to cyber incidents and better protect our space assets. The policy directive even mentions that these cybersecurity principles and practices that apply to terrestrial systems also apply to space systems. There is an enormous opportunity for innovation in cybersecurity in space. Our current best practices can quickly become obsolete if we fail to continually improve and ask ourselves, what must be different to mitigate evolving risks? I love those moments when you role play a nefarious caper and you address it. There are no boundaries for the nefarious actors, so there can be no boundaries to your effort to prevent, prepare for, and respond to a cyber incident. How is it that the NASA CIO came to champion improved cybersecurity practices for space systems? Like most people, our passions are born from experience and/or exposure to topics. In my case, and that of my former and fabulous team, it was both experience and exposure. We got to learn a lot about the Deep Space Network at NASA because of an incident. It took months to review the data from more than 1,800 servers and develop recommendations to improve the systems and mitigate significant risks. This became a pivotal moment for NASA and space system cybersecurity, led by my office and NASA's Human Exploration Office. This also became an opportunity for me, Mike Witt, NASA's Chief Information Security Officer, and a couple of others to brief the White House, the Vice President's Office, representatives from the National Security Council, and of course, Congress. My lessons from all of this are two: never let a good crisis go to waste, and be ready to tell your story. While at NASA, I held moon rocks, I met astronauts, I went to a launch in Russia, and even saw 2 letters sent to the Pope of great significance to the United States. Letters from Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederate States during the Civil War, each asking for prayers to end the Civil War in the United States. It gave me chills to see these pieces of American history while in Rome in the Library of the Vatican. But what gave me a great sense of pride was leading the team that took NASA's cybersecurity posture from high risk to managing risk in just over 3 years. This is based upon more than 150 metrics. This work took me all over the globe because there are no boundaries in IT when it comes to cybersecurity. So as you leave, reflect on your adventure during the California Cyber Innovation Challenge. And remember 2 things. Each day, science fiction becomes fact with space exploration, and you can be part of it as a cybernaut. Please plan on coming back next year to keep your cybernaut skills honed. I'm honored to have this chance to speak with you today. Be great, be well, and keep reaching for the stars.
All right. Oh my goodness. Like, how cool was that? I love it when she called me a cybernaut. Oh man. Oh geez. And nefarious. Love that word, nefarious. All right. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to introduce Bree Zidar, and she's going to talk a little bit about how the creation of the competition was on her, wonderful shoulders, and what kind of things she learned, and also how it was to create the competition. So Bree, do you mind saying a few words?
Of course. Hello all, my name is Bree Zidar. I hope you enjoyed getting to participate in the challenge this past weekend. I know that the whole team here at the CCI loved making it. Before I get into a little bit of the behind the scenes work, I would like to extend a huge thank you to everyone who worked so hard to make this project happen. Henry, who is our spirit leader, always keeping everyone positive and making sure that this competition was the absolute best it could have been for you all. Cassidy, although a late addition to the team, so integral in all the behind the scenes work. I know any student out there who had trouble with their registration link knows who Cassidy is. She is quite the savior of this competition. Luis and James, who worked so hard to make all the digital evidence you saw come to life from complete bare scratch. And Luis, who was a former participant in the CCIC, got to work on the back end and really understand that student perspective of what it was like. To Zane and Josie, who made all those fun rooms in Sumerian come to life. At the drop of a hat, we were told that the CCIC that we planned for you guys in person had to go virtual in just a few short months. And Josie and Zane were the wizards behind making all the visuals for what you saw this weekend. Kelsey and Vanessa for hyping this competition up, getting all of you involved in making sure that registration went smoothly. To Nick and Eileen for doing all the wonderful graphics here. To Ryan for creating every video that you all have seen, as well as for coordinating all the Zooms and Discords and whatnot. And then to McKenna as well for assisting Ryan. And lastly, to all of our sponsors, Bill, Dustin, Jimmy, Marty, Danielle, Henry. Obviously, none of this is possible without any of you. And it is so amazing to see it all come together this weekend. And especially to hear students who had such good experiences, or at the very least learned something, is so incredible. I think something for me that's really awesome is I came as a part of the team back in last October, and I knew nothing about cybersecurity. I had all my passwords saved with like my fingerprint on my computer. And with the help of the team here, all the education they provided me, I now feel like I'm at least somewhat of a cyber expert. And just so you all students get a chance to understand what it's like, the CCIC is created entirely by college students. So all the stuff you guys got to experience was done by people like me and Zane and Luis and Josie and everyone else who is managing a full school load schedule, coming in at random times. And the way it works is typically, like last October, we were told this year's theme is space. And with that, the entire team got to run on creating a story, creating a narrative, making characters, giving these characters like such in-depth personalities of where they went to school and how they know each other. And once that story is kind of solidified, it's a lot of crosswork with the creative team and the technical team of how we're going to get all of those pieces of the story into Wireshark, into an autopsy, into satellite code. So it's really interesting to be able to work back and forth with such a multidisciplinary team. And something really cool that I don't know if y'all got the chance to hear is that this challenge, the CCIC, actually got tested at DEF CON this past summer. And so the challenge that you all completed was tested and done by some of the best hackers in the entire world. So that is such a feat. You all are incredible for being able to complete this challenge. Hats off to all of you. Hopefully, for those of you who still have some years to go, we'll be seeing you in next year's CCIC, where the stakes are even larger. And for those of y'all who are heading off to college, I hope you consider studying something maybe within a computer science or cybersecurity discipline. And if not, I think what the CCIC has taught me is that no matter what you're studying, be it graphic design, mechanical engineering, business, or computer science, cybersecurity needs to be on the forefront of all innovation. No matter what field you're in, everything needs to be secure. In a world where data is just, everywhere, it really is so important to have cybersecurity on the planning side. So You all have such a great little skill to put on your resume already, and I hope you never lose how important cybersecurity is in the world, no matter what workforce you end up going into.
Thank you, Bree.
Of course.
So awesome. As everyone says on the planet, you are a rock star, and super, super appreciate it. And I'm just reading in one of the chats as an educator, I think it's so amazing these college students are able to make this happen. And yes, thank you for saying that. We super appreciate it. And hopefully we get to do this. And I think all majors can participate in the cybersecurity field. Any major can do some of this stuff. All components touch down at some point with that. And what I'd also like to do now is introduce Sine. Sine was the one that instrumentally designed the most fascinating 3D experiment environment in the planet, in my world, and all over the place. I am so enthused to talk about that. I'm getting teared up because I'm so happy to see all of this come to fruition. Z, please give them a great understanding of what it was like to do those rooms.
Henry, it's touching my heart. No, as Brie mentioned, I was added on to the team. I witnessed the first part of the production of this event just from the outside, but then once COVID-19 became an issue, that's when my role was introduced. I work with a lot of virtual reality and mixed reality projects that the CCI puts together. So when I was given the opportunity with Josie to create these rooms and to bring an immersive experience that is important as those escape rooms that were here in previous installations to you all, so that you could have your own like fulfilling experience, be able to explore and practice critical thinking in a new environment, that was a challenge that I really wanted to undertake and I found a lot of value in. I'm so glad that you all were able to navigate the rooms with minimal problems. I'm so glad that you all were able to like just walk around and like play with the computer that we designed and all of those kinds of things and figure out the puzzles that we laid out for you. Just knowing that that was something that you were able to do and spend your Saturday on, and to make it even like a little bit more fun, is really the world to me. And what this experience has taught me is that technology allows us to enter into spaces that we sometimes aren't even able to fathom. I wouldn't have thought that we could make virtual reality escape rooms a year ago, that kind of thing. But knowing that the support is there, that the resources are there to make these kinds of things happen and to push it to large of a scale, just goes to show that students, if you're watching this, like you can do anything you truly set your mind to. You can manifest it, bring it into fruition, have it just be a thing. And I am so excited to see you all derive the story and just practice these puzzles and learn these super valuable skills like Wireshark in your day-to-day lives. I am super excited to hear the results, and I am super excited to just have been a part of something so amazing. But thank you, Henry. Thank you for leading the team, and thank you to the entire team for making sure that this would be as amazing as it has been.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Let me start my video again. Thank you, Bree. I'm sorry. Thank you, Z. So enthralling to understand how all that works. I really appreciate all of the team efforts, and I have one more rock star I wanted to introduce. This is Luis, and Luis is, I just want to do a quick intro with Luis. I've been mentoring Luis since he was in 7th grade, and we met at a school district, and I was able to impart some knowledge and get him excited about cybersecurity, developing at the beginning Scratch, doing some wonderful bash scripts, lots of different things that introduced him to computing and understanding cybersecurity skills. And it's really, really important that everyone know that I'm so stoked to have watched Luis go from middle school, high school, participate in 3 to 4 Cyber Patriot events, participate in all of our CCIC events, and then go directly to Cal Poly and is as a computer science student. And then it gets really crazy when I say, hey, would you like to come work here at the CCI? Would you like to actually develop the next Cyber Innovation Challenge? And his words were, heck yes. So without further ado, I really want to introduce Luis and have him tell you a little bit from a student point of view, both as a participant early on in the CCIC as well as currently. So without further ado, here is Luis.
Hello, everyone. My name's Luis. Like Henry said, I used to compete in the CCIC for the past, 3 to 4 years. And it was definitely an amazing experience. I learned a lot about myself, what I wanted to do in life. And I mean, just through all these challenges, I really realized a lot about myself. When I first started in 2016, me and my teacher at the time in my high school, he was telling me how he wanted to make a team. He wanted to make a cybersecurity team, and he wanted to start competing at the state level. And he was explaining how, oh, there's these different competitions like Cyber Patriot, the CCIC, and I want to create a team with you. And Ian Johnson from Coast Union High School, he developed a team, he added me to it, and we had like a team of 6 compete in the first CCIC. And from there, we learned a lot. We got a little, it was quite difficult. We really had the challenge, and we learned that, cybersecurity is really broad in whichever way you want to go into it. But one thing that I did learn about all these competitions is about purpose. And what I mean by purpose is, when I first started, all I cared about was winning. I wanted my ego to feel, all the way to the top. I wanted to feel like the best person in the world. And that's all I cared about. I wanted to be the #1 in the whole entire competition, and I did not care about anything else. But after a couple competitions, after getting destroyed by other teams, I learned that that's not the way. It's your ego is nothing in this life. It's all about your reputation. It's all about your purpose. It's all about what you want to do with your life. What do you want to help people learn more about cybersecurity? Do you want to research and help others learn more about all the dangers in their life? And, from a, student perspective, I'm sure a lot of you can, relate with the whole, I want to win. I want to beat everyone. I want to do the best. And that's not wrong. It's normal about life, but it's not just that. It's all about finding your purpose and really understanding what you want to do for yourself. Do you want to help people? Do you want to learn more about who you are? Do you want to develop these research? Do you want to develop a challenge? Do you want to develop a product? Whatever you want to do with the skills that you have, that's what's most important. It's not about winning. It's not about who's the best. It's more about what change can you cause in this world? What can you do for yourself? How can you help others? How can you work as a team to develop the best product, the best research anyone has ever seen? How can you do that? And it's really a learning experience that I'm sure a lot of you will go through. I'm sure middle schoolers right now don't even, they're not even thinking about what they want to do with their life. Maybe they do. You never know. They probably care about, playing video games and stuff like that. I'll tell you that. In my middle school years, I played Minecraft. I played Club Penguin, all those fun games. And during high school, that's where everything shifts. I'm sure a lot of high schoolers right now either, like to play video games. They like to get into AP courses. They like to do everything that's possible to get ahead. And it's really insane, the shift that we go through. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. But once I joined the CCI, I really learned a lot about what it means to develop something for others to learn about. When I was creating the challenge, the forensics analysis, it was more about how can these students learn more about Wireshark? How can these students learn more about autopsy? How can these students go into a critical thinking aspect where, okay, I have this image. Why is it 9 megabytes? Why is it so big? Can I change it into a zip file? Can I do something to, manipulate this image? And that's the way I went into designing this challenge. And I really wanted everyone to, get a perspective of, okay, this is what I know, and this is how I can improve. but it's not about the win, you know? If you won, you won. If you didn't, you didn't. But you learned something. There's no such thing as a failure until you quit. And through every failure, through every loss, you will keep learning. You will keep going ahead, and you're always going to be a winner unless you quit. So don't ever quit. If you feel like you're not worth it, you're worth it. If you feel like you can't make it, you can make it. Trust me. It's possible. It's doable. I'm a living experience a living example of what's possible. And to, just finalize everything, if you ever need some advice, if you ever need any, support, please feel free to DM me or, email me. I'm willing to help anyone who's in a position where they don't feel like they have a purpose, where they don't feel like, they're having a struggle finding what they want to do in their life. And I really want to help whoever is in that position, because I know for a fact I was there, and I know how to get out of it, and I know how to help you. So thank you. I really hope you enjoyed everything. I really hope you had fun, and I really hope that you take away from this experience that you do have a purpose and you can become better. Thank you.
All right, shout out for Luis. That was an amazing message. I need to see some love from Luis in there in the chat. Oh my goodness, wow, hands waving, touchdown, all those things. I'm seeing in there, Luis, oh man, some snaps from good times. So as we move through this, I just wanted to also say about Luis, he designed the Python challenge, the actual Raspberry Pi in there. He came up to me and said, hey, I have this great idea. Blew me away. And again, he worked on a lot of other parts, but again, just for someone starting out and learning about creating challenges, very, very exciting. All right, without any other further ado, I would like to announce the winners. And just to let you know, I'm just so proud of everyone, and I know everyone on this team and on all of the teams worked very hard, and we're proud of all of you. All of you are winners in my circle and everyone a part of this team, as well as you did an amazing feat this weekend, challenged yourself, and I know you had fun. I saw the chats, I saw the emoticons, I saw the emojis. It was a great time. So starting out with intermediate, we're going to name the top 3 teams. And by the way, you'll be getting a digital badge in your email today from me to put on your LinkedIn, as well as whatever you'd like to add it to your email attachment or whatever you'd like to do. So for the intermediate, team number 3, third place, team 8, Cedar Lane. Woo! Yeah, Cedar Lane, give it up. Awesome. Well done, well done. Yay. All right, next one, second place, intermediate, team 13, San Isidro, yay, woohoo, awesome, yay, so awesome. All right, and first place intermediate, team 65, Raw Sugar, oh my goodness, give it up for Raw Sugar and 65, woo, awesome. All right, a shout out again to all of you. I know the chat is just blowing up right now, and all of the thumbs up and the yeehaws and the ee and the ahs. Congratulations to all of you. All right, without any other delay, let's just power on, power puffs. Right now, I'd like to announce the difficult. Team 3, the third place. Third place, difficult. Team 20, Amador 3, yay, woohoo, awesome, awesome, thank you very much, and congratulations. All right, difficult, team number 2, second place team, team 29, CyberAG's Pentaquark, oh gosh, I spelled it all wrong and said it wrong. I totally apologize for that one. All right, congratulations to all of them, second place. And for CCIC 2020 difficult, Luis, give it up. Woo, woo. The difficult team 78, Alma Thea is the winner. Yay! Awesome. Blow it up. Oh. Super awesome. And again, all of you, amazing schemes, themes, and wizardry. You're professionals in my world. I cannot wait to meet you at some time. Check out all the different things we're going to continue to do this year. I'm really, really stoked on all that you're going to do. So please go forward, all of you, anyone listening, building your cybersecurity posture on the planet. Please protect our space and national assets. Protect your own personal identifiable information. We want to protect our satellites and our interplanetary internet. Woohoo! This is Henry. I think we're finally done. I'm signing off as the Global Range Master. I look forward to seeing all of you next year. Thank you so much, and you are out of this world. And by the way, yes, I see all the Luis blowing up. Luis, tell them chill and bye. Go ahead, jump on there.
Hey, thank you, everyone. I hope you really enjoyed this competition, and congrats to everyone. Thank you.
All right, and again, thank you, everyone. We're going to keep it up for about 2 more minutes to see the blowing up. Anyone else is welcome to drop. Great job, everyone. Thanks to our sponsors, everyone from Cal Poly, the CCI, the military bases, everyone that we've worked with, our sponsors, all the people that put all their heart and soul into this. We really appreciate it, and have a great day today. Make it an awesome one. Cheers.